The gameplay you're watching is from this week's Grandmaster, and we completed it solo right under 30 minutes, and man does it rain loot on double loot weeks. This Unkillable Void Titan build will have you breezing through the most difficult content in the game, and that's because the Void Titan has two things that the Void Hunter and the Void Warlock do not, and that is the team support of healing and overshields. Your fire team will love you for running this build. We have unlimited Void overshields for everybody, unlimited healing within our abilities for everybody, unlimited abilities thanks to our exotic, and a ton of damage reduction between 100 resilience, overshields, and our mods. Then we're going to make our abilities hit hard and buff our weapons as well for even more damage. And that, in my opinion, is what makes the Void Titan so deadly and unkillable, is because not only are we turning ourselves into tanks in the most difficult content in the game, but we can also apply these two things to our entire team, and that is healing on demand through Controlled Demolitionist, so we can heal ourselves and the team, and an on-demand 50% damage reduction from Void Overshields to the entire team through Bastion. People have been asking me why I prefer the Controlled Demolitionist aspect over Offensive Bulwark, and that is exactly why. In endgame content, we need survivability, and it benefits the team as well. Whereas Offensive Bulwark gives us grenade energy when we have an overshield, but we don't really need that extra grenade energy because of our exotic and the mods we're using. And the other benefit it gives is increased melee damage when we have an overshield, but the only reason you should be using that is with Synthoceps or Peregrine Greaves in a one-hit melee build. So hopefully that makes sense to you all, because I've had that question pop up a lot lately. Not sure if someone else made a build saying it is better or something, but only if you're leaning into the melee, and in a Grandmaster, you better have a melee exotic on and then be really good. Also, the Rally Barricade does have a 6-second quicker recharge than the Towering Barricade, even with the Bastion aspect on. So it isn't a crazy difference, but that is 6 seconds sooner that you can proc and refresh new overshields for you and your entire team, and you can also proc Heart, our exotic, a bit quicker. Also, I really like the reload benefit of the Rally Barricade, as it's really nice on special weapons. If you are new to the channel and found this video helpful or enjoyable, then make sure to hit that subscribe button for me and become part of the crew here. And thank you to everyone that have become YouTube members. I really appreciate the extra support. Thank you so much. It means a lot to me. Now, this week's Grandmaster does have a Void burn on, so we'll do 25% more damage when using Void, but this build definitely does not need it. And you guys should be matching the burns of Grandmasters if you can, because 25% more damage from abilities and weapons will only help you out and your fire team. For the Sentinel subclass, I would go with Ward of Dawn, so you can drop that bubble for your team, keep you guys safe, and then also get your weapon damage buff for a long time, because bubble lasts for 30 seconds on the field. Like I said earlier, Rally Barricade is my choice because it's a little quicker, and we also get that reload. And then for your melee ability, you want to be using Shield Throw. Hurl your Void Shield toward a target. The shield can ricochet off targets and surfaces, granting overshield for each target hit. The reason I like this is because it's a ranged melee. We don't have to get close with Shield Bash, even though Shield Bash is probably stronger. We don't have to get close to use this. We can do it from far away. It can proc our exotic, it can give us overshield, and it can apply volatile to our enemies because of our aspect. Vortex Grenade is still the strongest grenade. We're going to make that last longer with a Fragment. We want Controlled Demolitionist, so hitting a target with a Void ability or Volatile Explosion makes them volatile. Further damage to a volatile target causes them to explode. Grants you and nearby allies health when the volatile target explodes near you. So you're applying volatile to everything on the field from our Vortex Grenade and our melee, and then we're healing from that, and it's doing its normal volatile extra damage to the enemy that it's on and all other enemies. And then we also have Bastion. Cast your super to grant overshields to nearby allies, so we can pop our bubble in a sticky situation. And then we also have casting your barricade grants overshields to yourself and nearby allies and empowers it, enabling it to slowly regenerate the overshield of allies bunkering behind it and extend their overshield duration. It says it has a base cooldown of 122, but when you have the Rally Barricade on, it actually comes back 6 seconds quicker than the Towering Barricade. I tested it just sitting out in the open, and it definitely is quicker with Rally Barricade. Now you're applying volatile to everything, you're applying healing to everybody, and then you're also applying overshields to everybody. So super team support. For the Fragments, we're going with Echo of Undermining. So every time that our grenade tags stuff, we're getting a 15% debuff to everything. So totally worth it. I was using a Void weapon in the gameplay, so I went with Echo of Instability. Defeating targets with grenades grants volatile rounds, so we can further spread volatile rounds to enemies. And then this plays into our Controlled Demolitionist, so then our weapon now can spread volatile rounds and damage volatile targets to heal us as well. And then we have Echo of Remnants. Your lingering grenade effects Vortex Grenade have increased duration just to make this last longer, do more damage. For the stats on the build, 100 resilience. If you can swing it, you definitely want 100 resilience is the most important. And then we have 94 discipline in the gameplay as well. So get your discipline up, but resilience is the main one you want to hit for that damage reduction. For the weapons, again, you need to match whatever you're doing within champions, but I was running the new grenade launcher from the dungeon with Repulsor Brace just to get more overshields for me for survivability. And then this was also proccing our volatile rounds. When my grenade would kill something, I could spread volatile with this, and then that would proc repulsor brace as well. For the exotic, I was using Anarchy, just for the unstoppable person and the damage over time, super nice, but again, use whatever you need to use within the build. Doesn't this Titan look pretty dang good? I would say that's a pretty good looking Titan. Now for the helmet on our mods, we have Bountiful Wells, so every time that we spawn a well, we're going to spawn 2 wells. The main reason for this is just to loop our abilities quicker. When you pick up a Void Well, you get 10% ability energy to all 3 abilities, so you might as well make it 2 wells. That way you're getting 20% abilities right off the bat, back especially to our barricade to apply that overshield to everybody. We had Ash's assets on to gain bonus super energy. This can also be swapped out for like grenade launcher ammo finder or something that if you need to find more ammo for whatever you're using. On our gauntlets, we went with Well of Tenacity, so picking up a Void Elemental Well reduces the damage you take from combatants for a short period of time, 50% damage reduction for 8 seconds because we're going to make it last longer. And then we also had Unstoppable Grenade Launcher and Anti-Barrier Pulse because we needed both of these. If we don't have to have Unstoppable Grenade Launcher on, you could slot Bolstering Detonation or Focusing Strike just to loop abilities back even quicker. For our chest piece, we had Reaping Well Maker. After activating your class ability, which is our Barricade, our next weapon Final Blow spawns a Void Elemental Well. This is how we're going to get our Void Well. We're going to spawn 2 of them with Bountiful Wells, and we're going to proc Well of Tenacity and Font of Might with this. We had Grenade Launcher Reserves, and then a Concussive Dampener for more damage resistance, and of course, our chest piece, Heart of Inmost Light. I know you all love this exotic by now, but there's no reason not to be using it. Whether you're bored with it or not, that's completely up to you. But if you're doing the hardest content in the game, especially if you're trying to help people or you're LFGing it, you might as well perform the best that you can perform, and Heart of Inmost Light does that on a lot of different Titan builds. You guys know what it does. It's using an ability, Grenade, Melee, or Barricade, empowers the other 2 abilities. So they're stronger, they recharge faster, and our Barricade has more hit points. On our boots, we had Font of Might, so picking up an Elemental Well that matches your subclass gets us that 25% weapon damage boost. This is going to last for about 15 seconds because of Elemental Time Dilation. On our class item, we have Elemental Time Dilation to make Font of Might and to make Well of Tenacity last longer, 15 seconds and 8 seconds for both of them. Then we also had double utility kickstart to get that Barricade back even quicker, just to make sure we always had an overshield if we needed it. I also ran Lucent Finisher. Defeating a Lucent Hive Bearer or Champion with your finisher spawns heavy ammo for you and your allies. That way I never ran out of Anarchy and could do the best I could do against all the champions, especially solo. This is really nice. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys all in the next video. Have a great rest of your day.